it's Anka Martolog and welcome back to video 4 of Elevate Your Practice, Top Strategies to Boost Your Business Fast by Transforming Your Holistic Practice into a Profitable Business.
And the seventh element that is very, very important is your privacy policy. Something like we respect your email privacy, or we promise never to sell, rent, trade, or share your email with any other organization, depending on the space that you have. On my website, again, it depends on how much space you have for that pop-up, but it is very important that you have it there. On my website, patienceMagnet.com, you will see it right here. Right here, we respect your email privacy. This is the opt-in box, and at the bottom, we respect your email privacy. So now I'm going to share with you a couple of advanced tips that will increase your conversion even more. And the first advice is to have a video next to your opt-in offer. And you can see my video here next to my opt-in offer. You remember JJ's. You want to create that personalized connection with your audience. So a video is extremely important, and I know many of you think that you are a little bit perfectionist on doing this. You have to look the greatest and the most perfect, and the video has to be perfect. You know what? I can tell you a secret right now. Even if the video is not perfect, you will still create that relationship, and that is the whole purpose of having the video there. Now, a little extra tip for those of you whose audience is women. I suggest that you do not have the video start right away as soon as the visitor lands on your page, like JJ has it actually. I'm pretty sure that she's in the process of changing that. This is an older site that she has. If your audience is women usually like to take control, and they like to push their own button when to start the video and to stop it, and etc. And then the second advanced tip is that once they opt in, and they're gonna get their something. They have to land on a thank you page, usually either giving them the thank you, the gift, or saying something like thank you for subscribing, or say thank you for choosing this, your offer, whatever your offer is, your CDs in your inbox as we speak, or it's gonna come in a week or whatever. And then what some people do is they direct people right away to another offer, and you have to tell your customer what they do next. Once they're gonna go through your free material, what is their next step to do? So many people do this. For example, JJ wants you sign him to test her quiz, and then once she sends you the results, and then she tells you at the end, based on your results, I recommend my fast 28 days fast track to whatever, weight loss or something. Another example is Dallas Travers, who is an actor's advocate. The same, if you go to her very beautiful opt-in box and big bright button, right? Click here to get it. Very easy for people to understand. And once you go to her thank you page, you will see that she just sells you right into her programs, and so does the Silva system, life system. So this is also very important. And then way down to the page, some of them say, no thanks, I understand that I will receive this, I won't have to receive this offer again, I'll just take my free lesson for now. So very doable, isn't it? You can see I really believe in the simple solutions that give big results, but I also believe in keeping it fun. And it can be fun when you know what you're doing, and when you have a little bit of guidance, especially from someone who's done it before. Think about all those bills hanging all over your head that you have to keep on paying them every month, right? What if you can just lift off those? It's a great feeling. I remember actually when I bought this new house, where my new office is now, what a feeling I had to write down a check as a down payment. It was a magical moment for me, and it was actually even more wonderful. In fact, I remember because my parents were there. It was the most wonderful feeling for me to actually look in their eyes, to see how proud they were of me. So this is really the power of what I'm sharing with you here. So now let's talk about leverage, and we are going to look at my number one strategy for increasing leverage in your business. It's something that it's called 80-20 rule, or Pareto's principle. Alfredo Pareto, it sounds like pasta, but it's not. He was an Italian economist in the around 1906, and he observed that 80% of the land in Italy was owned by 20% of the population. And he actually first got this idea by realizing that in his garden 20% of his pea pods contain 80% of the peas. And from there, a legendary rule was born that applies to almost everything in business, not almost, I would say everything in business and life, and even in the world. Think about this. You probably wear 20% of your clothes in your closet 80% of the time. 20% of the roads in the cities cause about 80% of the traffic jams and traffic problems. And in your business, it is very likely that 20% of your current offerings generate 80% of your income. I know that it's always more exciting as an entrepreneur to create new things, to create new products, but if you master this simple rule, this is gonna rock your world. If you're serious about making real money in your business, and you do this one simple thing, this is what you need to do. Identify what's currently bringing you the most money and do more of that. In other words, before you go running around creating new things, taking new courses, stop, look at what you have in your business and say, what's here that is already working? How can I maximize my income from that? Let me give you an example of how I embrace this rule in my own practice, okay? Now, like many of you, I have a small dispensary, a small pharmacy, a professional product. And for many of us, this can be a very good extra source of income if run properly. But more often than not, for many of you, it becomes a source of losing money because of the remedy's expiration date, etc. So at some point I remember this rule and I said, okay, that's enough. I'm going to take the time, and I did take the time to look at one item at a time, personally, not my assistant or something. And I made a list of the 20% top most used remedies. I gave that to my manager in charge of ordering, so when she puts together an order, she includes the top 20 remedies, then adds a few extra of more specific ones. Another example was my website, that if many of you have websites, you know what I'm talking about. Over the years, it has grown by adding on pages and pages and pages, and at some point it was all a mess. So remembering this rule, I said the same. You know what? Instead of me trying to make sense of this mess and working on something that is not really working out exactly how I wanted, again, I asked my virtual assistant to make a list of all the products and all the services that I was offering, and next to the revenue that they were bringing me. And little do you know, out of the 10 products, 2 of them were generating 80% of my product sales. So instead of diluting all my efforts and having redone all these products and pages, I had a big closeout sale on the other 8 products. I called it my blown up web sale. We rocked up about $3,000 in the process too. And now after that being done, I can focus more of my time and my team's time and our efforts and money on selling the products that are already working well. Now that's leverage, got it? So let me give you another example related to time. A couple of years ago, I hired a very beautiful younger lady, a PR person, to represent me where I couldn't go. I didn't have the time. I was too tired. The Chamber of Commerce meetings, the tip referral meetings, etc. Now she was very good, but she was overwhelmed with all sorts of tasks, and she had very little time to focus on this PR thing, or where she basically would sell my services, and she was very good at that. So what we did is we had her track her time for a whole week in 50 minutes increments, and when I looked and reviewed her log, we discovered that she was spending about 20% of her time selling and doing PR that she was very good at, and actually 80% of her time doing administrative tasks and paperwork. So we got her help with the 80% of the tasks, and then so she can focus and concentrate on what she did best and created more income selling. So her paychecks skyrocketed from that point off, and so did my new patients in my office. Now that's leverage, and I just gave you these 3 examples, but I already think that you can leverage this rule in your own business, in your life. So I hope you enjoyed these strategies today, and please share your aha moments in the comments section below, and see you on the next video.